Rary Observations, Righteous Discussions, Unite People. It's the Word Up Podcast, and I'm your host, OMNI, ETC, Omni, etc. Today, title of today's show is The Writer's Way. Main topic is going to be something interesting that has happened in the comedic world between two comedic legends, Dave Chappelle, Katt Williams. And then, of course, before that, we're going to go through a few of these current events and updates. Let's jump on in. Bit of housekeeping, if you could, subscribe, hit the notification bell, like button. When you hit the notification bell, set it to all, because I got posts and other things that I'm rolling out. If you could, if you would, highly appreciate it. It really helps out the show and the algorithms and all of that good stuff. So today, the title of today's show is The Writer's Way. Because in the later topic that we're going to get to, there is, or I should say there are, two philosophies at play. You know what I'm saying? In the thumbnail, you can see that the thumbnail says, when the ideal conflicts with what's real. When the ideal conflicts with what's real. And we're going to walk through this, going through actually the current events of today. We're going to walk through this exact subject with that. Hold on, let's see. First topic. And I said I was going to get to this in another show. We got homegirl Roe report. She's somebody's homegirl. She ain't mine. Roe reports, Roe Base or Bassi. I don't know how to say her last name appropriately. But she has been exposed. She has been outed as being a full-blown liar. Based off of what she went live about, saying that a black man hit her in the face with a brick. And that's why she had that knot on the side of her head. I could have easily did that, but I didn't want y'all to pay attention to that more so than what the show was actually about today. Understand? Because it's not really a laughing matter to me. This type of thing really isn't that funny. When somebody lies, and I spared Carlisa Hood, is it Carlisa? Well, the young girl's name, whatever the young girl's name was that lied about a baby being on the side of the road and because she's a young girl. That's up for her parents' discussion. I spared her. But it has become a bit of a thing in recent discussion, but I'm sure this has been going on for years upon years, even more so before the advent of social media and, platforms that people could just say whatever they feel like on. That women have been lying on men. It's been more talked about, more discussed openly about women lying on men. And not just leaving it at the men, because the man that she was discussing, she actually swung on. We're going to get into the footage. I got footage to pull up. But she actually swung on the man first, so she initiated the altercation. She was the aggressor in the situation, but let her tell it. She asked for a man asked for her number. This was the lie that she told. A man asked for her number. Specifically, a black man asked for her number. And he was so weak within himself, he decided to pick up a brick and smack her upside the head with it. But there's evidence of otherwise, and that she was the aggressor in the scenario. Let's go to the video. This is brought to us by Houston, Channel 2 Houston, or is it Channel 24?
At the center of a viral video.
Hold on, let's go all the way back.
The woman at the center of a viral video who claimed a man threw a brick at her head because she would not give him her phone number is now wanted by Houston police. This story got national attention after that woman live streamed what she claimed was...
Okay, so that's the knot on her head. This is how her face is normally to look. And this is apparently how her face looked that evening from a brick. Now, if a brick did that, I would expect there to be scratches. I would expect there to be bones broken in that. She shouldn't be, if a brick impacted your head, this is why I knew it was BS from the start. If a brick impacted your head enough for that big of a knot to be there, your jaws shouldn't be moving properly. You wouldn't feel like talking after getting hit in the side of your head with a brick that severely, if it was indeed a brick that did it. So let's continue with this.
National attention after that woman live streamed what she claimed was the aftermath on Instagram and started a GoFundMe. Only KPRC2's Bryce Newberry is talking with the prosecutor on this case tonight. He joins us live near the Galleria with the latest. Bryce.
Daniela, Houston police got called to this street in September, and when they arrived, the woman seen in that viral video told them that an Uber driver threw a brick at her head and then tried to kidnap her. But tonight, she has become the focus of this criminal investigation because Houston police say the surveillance footage captured by cameras on this street doesn't match her story.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watched.
This video with more than 1 million likes on the Shade Room's Instagram page captured the moments after what appeared to be a brutal attack in West Houston.
Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face?
The woman is 33-year-old Rhoda Osman.
What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this?
Seen here in tears in a hospital gown.
She told the detective that responded that she was hit in the head with a brick after she refused to give her phone number to a guy on the street.
And was that verified by any of the evidence that detectives looked at?
No, that was not verified.
Harris County prosecutor Keith Houston says surveillance videos from that early September morning show Osman hitting a man first.
So she's the one she was the aggressor?
She was the aggressor, yes.
And it was a water bottle that hit her, not a brick?
He did have a water bottle in his hand, and we think that's what left the mark.
According to court documents, she asked someone else to launch this GoFundMe for her recovery, raising more than $42,000. But as the story went viral, a blogger on TikTok called police, alerting them to this 2020 GoFundMe, which claimed a vicious assault by a security guard in Minneapolis.
Detective Thornton verified with Minneapolis police that there was no assault done at that time. It was completely fictional.
Prosecutors.
So this woman has a history of lying and doing so for financial gain. Because there's money to be made every which way. Let's continue.
Alleged theft by deception and believes she would have received all that money had the campaign not been shut down.
The violence that I have suffered since September 3rd is just unbelievable. I can't even believe I'm here. They try to leave me for dead.
In an Instagram story posted Wednesday, Osman addressed those who have doubted her.
I actually have things going on in my life. I actually have real ways to make money. I don't have to get a GoFundMe for money. I actually can earn income because I'm actually educated and I actually am talented.
And tonight, a spokesperson for GoFundMe telling KPRC2 GoFundMe has zero tolerance for the misuse of our platform. The fundraiser has been removed from the platform. All donors have been refunded, and Rhoda Osman has been banned from using the platform for any future fundraisers. Osman.
Rhoda Osman, okay.
Did not respond when I reached out to her on Instagram this evening. Tonight, she is wanted here in Harris County on that theft charge. Anyone with information on her whereabouts can report that to Houston police.
Whew. Appreciate that, Bryce. Listen, finally, this is what I'm glad to see. Man or woman, honestly. Man or woman. Is there being legal consequences behind you saying shit that is untrue? Outside of things that can be opinions or facts, if you say something that is untrue and it could get someone in trouble, or it could get someone jammed up in the law, in the legal system, and that whole process, if you say something that is found to be 100% verifiably false, there are criminal consequences for it. I'm for this. I'm for this. When I was young and dumb, I was like, fuck the law. But this is, I think this is needed in society, quite frankly. I think this is needed in society. Where someone lies. Not just on one person, you're doing it for a group of people. Because when she did the IG, you should see the IG. It was, look it up for yourself. I'm not going to review it on this channel. Because I really don't even care about being on this topic that long. But look up that IG video when she first came out. She said all these black men did. So she was putting the onus and responsibility on every black male that was present. And in putting the onus and responsibility on every black man and male that was present, she made it seem as though that black men are just soft, weak, and don't do anything when women are getting. She was painting a narrative that black men are soft, weak, and don't do anything when there is a true issue present. So I feel no empathy for this woman. I feel no, I can't say I'm sorry if she gets caught by the police. And I used to be on some shit where the police was the absolute worst thing you could run into. To me. But I can't feel bad for her for what happens next. And she is a wanted, you heard him, she's a wanted fugitive. This is what has to happen in society. People, when they lie, I don't care what color they are, I don't care what sex they are, I don't care if they're my family member. If you lie in a fashion that, because what she was talking about was assault. And she was talking about being assaulted for absolutely no reason over a phone number. She was talking about being assaulted over a phone number. And turns out she was the aggressor. That's what the evidence showed. Now, we don't see the evidence ourselves because there's still an investigation going on. And the police can't show their hand to her possible defense, should she choose to hire. But it seems as though that she's on the run right now. She has no intention of turning herself in or being held accountable for any of her actions. They took down the GoFundMe. They refunded those good people's money that saw a woman in need. And when a woman is in need like that, who wouldn't be compelled to give? You know what I'm saying? But I sniffed the bullshit from the beginning. She didn't get a cent from me. I sniffed it out from the beginning. All right, so she was on a mission to damage the image. This is my point right here. She was on a mission. a clear mission to damage the image of black males at large. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to further damage the image of black men and say that we weren't going to hold down our women, the women that look like us the most on this planet, the black woman. That was her mission in doing that. The money was an added perk, and why not get paid? You already lying. You already, you know what I'm saying? You already doing an egregious act. Why not get paid for it? People lie all the time for financial gain. How many rappers lie about their lifestyle for financial gain? Anyway, let's continue on down. You remember this? Here we have Tierra Marie and 50 Cent. This topic, coincidentally, another black man that was drug out. The courts found him in favor, even though she sued. She got Lisa Bloom, who's notorious anti-male attorney. That if you ever have an agenda to push that has to do something with Me Too or something of that nature, you call Lisa Bloom. And the thing is just like Roe, okay, just like Rhoda Osmond, Tierra Marie did something egregious as well. She wanted to say that 50 was partaking in revenge
What's up,
crime.
it's Asia Sky.
We're going to get into it here in a second. Okay. Yeah, let's get to the video. Y'all remember this? It's going to take a minute.
What's up, it's Asia Sky from DX Daily Podcast, and it looks like 50 Cent has reignited his long-standing beef with Tierra Marie. Back in 2018, there was a judgment that resulted in Tierra Marie owing 50 Cent $37,000, which she continues to refuse to pay. Well, 50 decided to apply some pressure to Tierra Marie by posting a photo from one of her press conferences and letting her know that he has not forgotten about the debt that she owes. In the caption for the photo, 50 wrote, "Remember this? SMH. She better give me my money before it starts to feel like she went to college and her student loans catching up with her." Now, this debt all stems from a lawsuit back in 2018 where Tierra Marie and her ex-boyfriend initially sued 50 Cent after he reposted Tierra Marie's sex tape. Tierra tried to sue 50 for revenge porn, but the judge ultimately wound up siding with 50, and that's how she came to owe him $37,000. Now, this back and forth between 50 and Tierra Marie is 4 years old at this point. Do you think 50 will actually get...
Okay, so it's more than 4 years old, but let's take this back and break this down. I believe that maybe Tierra Marie and 50 Cent may have at one point had a, let's call it an entanglement. I think 50 and Tierra Marie at one point had an entanglement, which is why she feels what she feels. However, the way that she acted upon what she feels is vastly different. Because everybody knows that 50 Cent has, he still has the website. I don't know if y'all have been to it lately. He should have his own he should have flipped it into his own social media platform, to be honest with you. But he has his own website. And the website is called thisis50.com. His website has blogs, has hip hop news. If you want to, artists can still get broken over there on some level. Like you can tap into 50's full fan base and whoever still follows thisis50.com, and you can go over there and, you know what I'm saying, get some exposure as an artist. He has like I said, he has current events, hip hop news. He's still selling merch, got the tour dates. It's still popping over there at thisis50.com. Probably not to the extent that it once was, but it's popping over there. Now, with 50 is a very principled man. Very principled. And he's from the streets, whereas essentially kill to be killed. If he doesn't set an example that leaves the door open for anybody to mess with him. So on occasion, you have to say, now this is a woman. So this is a woman. This isn't a life or death situation. And honestly, I salute the growth of this man, because remember when 50, I hate to bring this up, but I'm gonna make this make sense, Fitz, so don't don't come at my neck. Listen, remember when 50 Cent's baby mom's apartment blew up and she blamed him? Now, the Curtis Jackson back then, it was very believable to some extent that he might do something like that. It was somewhat believable that Fifth might do something like that. It was somewhat believable. Curtis Jackson of today, no, he's a different guy. He's laid back, he's chill, he's, you know what I'm saying, he's vibing out. Still the same man, but he's a lot more calmer now than he was back then. You know what I'm saying? And there was never any actual evidence that showed that Fifth actually did that. The only thing that at that time you could have held against Fifth is, well, I mean, like I said, he's a calmer dude than he was on Many Men. Way calmer individual, way more laid back individual, you know what I'm saying, than he was on How to Rob. So the only thing you really could have held against 50 Cent at the time was the material of his music and the lifestyle he was living. For whatever reason, he was living it. So back then, it was more believable. Nowadays, he has too much to lose. And instead of coming at a woman's head to knock her head off physically in the physical realm over petty reasons, no, I'm just hit you in the pockets that I know you ain't got. Because what they don't want to say is, oh, she's missed court date after court date and she's had bench warrants. What she doesn't want to say is that confess to her financial situation and just pay the money that she owes them. Let's hold on. I don't think y'all. No. Oh, I ain't got a button for that one. That's right. I need to make one. We'll do that on the next one. I want to go over to this one though. Hold on. Then I gotta swap the manual. Like Samuel. And this is where we at. So this is what Fifth had to say. And the reason why I'm bringing up these old clips is because he said something recently, but I'm not going to play. It was only aired on the Breakfast Club thus far, and I'm not going to play Breakfast Club material outside of this here because it's under a minute. But the other stuff is a little bit more lengthy.
Did Tierra Marie ever pay you all your money yet?
She still owe me my money.
How much is left that she owes?
I think it's like 50-something thousand now.
It went up? I thought it was 25,000.
Yeah, and it keep going up because she keep delaying and moving around like she gonna feel like she went to college, man.
It's clearly the principle with you because it's not the money. So why though? What?
Because I have to set examples so people don't keep coming to play with me. See, look, this is Lisa Bloom.
I don't see nothing.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody played with you, Phil. But I don't think nobody plays with you.
When you bring a female and you said that you've done something, you see what I'm saying? They feel like, oh, yeah, you're finished, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it don't work out, they think it just goes away.
See, you can't say I'm petty.
No, it does not.
No, it does not. Listen, I ain't mad at it. I ain't the least bit mad at it. I'm going to tell you why I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that because it doesn't go away. The fact that you lied on, like the reason why the judge had to throw out the case and 50 was able to countersue after she lost her suit, because he didn't sue right away. She lost the suit, and then he took action against her for defamation and all, because they had to throw out the case because the guy that leaked the footage she got back with. That's the biggest reason. But another underlying factor is she only chose to sue 50 and everybody was putting out the material. There were all these blogs putting out the material, all of the. If you're going to do it to one, you got to do it to all. If you're going to do it to one, you got to do it to all. And this is the thing that I find interesting. You went after 50 Cent, a man that you were comfortable with. But those people that you didn't know, you were too afraid to even try them. It would have been far more feasible if she would have started her campaign with other platforms and then made her way to 50. That would have been the most strategic thing. But they wanted to hype it up. Because if there was a true issue and she truly felt like that, I believe that she deserves the paper. If there was a true issue and that's what the true issue was her being disrespected for that material being put out without her consent, because she still has likeness rights. At the end of the day, T.I. just checked some people down in Atlanta over using that family situation that they had publicly. T.I. just checked somebody down in Atlanta for promoting his family business without paying him, without consent from him, without any talk to, you know what I'm saying? So when something like this happens, the reason why I find it funny is because people tend to go towards the place of comfort, the people that they already know, that they believe has done them wrong. But it's not that they believe it's done. She actually believes that she was done wrong because, like I said, she would have gone elsewhere first to start the campaign if she wanted to be strategic. Even if you wanted to get fifth, you should have went to another business, another blog that did it. That way it doesn't look like, oh, you're just coming after 50. You're just coming after Curtis. You know what I'm saying? There's a strategic way of going about it. Peace, Natasha. What's happening? You know what? I need to shout out. I'm so bad at posting it to Instagram, Natasha. I need to shoot the link to my Instagram folks. But I got people that watch on the replays and whatnot. So I'm not really here for the people that, you know what I'm saying? Well, I appreciate you stopping by the live. I highly appreciate you stopping by the live. But yeah, I'm highly appreciative of anyone to do it. But the real reason I do the lives, because I would do long form edited video, but my schedule won't allow me to do that many edits. You know what I'm saying? Especially with what I'm about to get into with this production company. So, but salute to you. Appreciate you for stopping by, Natasha. So this is the thing. This is what I was saying about 50. She went to where she is comfortable at. She went to where she's comfortable at. She went with who she knows, the devil she trusts, instead of dealing with some folks that she doesn't actually know and starting her lawsuit there. Going around the board and then going to 50 if you had a problem with 50. That way it doesn't look like you're just some hurt lover or ex-lover or whatever it is between you two. And he's just another person that did you wrong instead of being the only person that did you wrong. And you believe that did you wrong. They targeted just 50 in that case. And then the guy that actually leaked the material, the quote unquote revenge porn, the alleged revenge porn, excuse me. they they get back together while the trial is going on. And not only did they get back together, they got back together publicly. So the judge had to do what they had to do. It's like, look, this is ridiculous. We see what's going on. Social media is a hell of a drug. And they had to let it go. They had to let it go. So, there's another black man. So this has been going on for a while. Like this is what goes on, and we don't talk about it. Nobody, when you're a strong person, not just male, not just man. It's not exclusive to men. But when you are a person that always displays strength, nobody is actually checking to see like what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? It's probably people in 50's personal lives like, yeah, she coming at him, but it's Curtis. He's all right. He got it. You know what I'm saying? And he always has to be that guy. He always has to be the one that has to figure it out. Because much like myself, there's nobody that he could actually go to, nobody that he could rely on in his moments of need. He just has to, got to figure it out. That's just who you are. And so once you have that reputation and that air about you, you always are in the mode of just figuring it out. And instead of blowing up her house like he did with his baby mom, allegedly, it was much more believable for his baby moms to, back then, like I said, Many Men era, How to Rob era, 50 Cent, what he was putting on display for the public, it was a lot easier to throw that on that guy. Even though he was never brought up on charges, and you know what I'm saying, it clearly wasn't his fault. But it was a lot more acceptable to throw it on that guy than it would be 50 Cent today. He's a show producer. You know what I'm saying? He has his hands in a lot of things, a lot of projects. He has a lot of things to lose. And instead of knocking her upside the head for real or sending goons to the crib or any of that, because this is still a woman at the end of the day, he filed a lawsuit because she would have wanted it. Believe me, if she would have won, she would have wanted that money. So why, when you lose, it's not the same thing? Liars need to be held accountable, and salute to the justice system for once, holding a person that lies accountable to the point where if they don't pay, they got a bench warrant, they don't show up in court, they got a bench warrant, all that, and it's still a problem. So yeah, she gonna be paying tuition for sure. Cause those numbers, when it went from 35 to 50,000, and that was 4 years ago. He's still talking about he hasn't received that money. 50's still talking about he hasn't received that money. So where's the balance at now? Because I know if I have a credit card, right, and I don't pay the balance in ever so long, there's additional fees on top of interest. And then eventually they tell me, oh, you hit the limit. Actually it went over the limit, and then, you know what I'm saying, it gets to the point where he's not going to pay. Let's just close out the card and bill it to him. So, yeah, he's right. If she don't pay, she would be a doctor. She probably would be paying for her master's. In another couple years, it's probably going to feel like she's earning a master's degree. But she's not going to have a degree to show for it. It's crazy. But if the shoe was on the other foot, she would want hers. Damages. Shout out Tasha K too, because she was the first Damages show that I did, and I made a segment out of it just on the show. Well, we're gonna get into Tasha K because I don't know where she at with the Kevin Hart thing, but Tasha needs to watch it because after that Cardi B thing, you out $4 million. Listen, we're gonna get to it on another show. Next word up, I'm gonna do my research, break it down to the fullest. I'm gonna be watching. You know what I'm saying? But so that's Damages. That brings me to today's show. Today's topic of Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart. Not Kevin Hart. I just said Kevin Hart. Dave Chappelle and Katt Williams. Excuse me. Dave Chappelle and Katt Williams. I don't like to see this, especially with two notable comedians. I don't like to see this. And the reason I don't like to see this is you never like to see like two of your, I want to call these brothers heroes, but you never like to see two men or two people in general that you really respect be at odds with each other. It's a weird feeling, especially when you can see both sides of the argument. So if you have been under a rock, you likely didn't see the Club Shay Shay interview. It's up 50 million on his channel right now. It made SNL, so there's no way that you haven't been exposed to it some way, shape, or form. But if you haven't seen it, basically Katt Williams exposes a bunch of puppets in the industry, people that have done him wrong, and he emptied the full clip. I'm not even gonna lie. He aired everybody out. From Faison Love to Earthquake, Cedric the Entertainer, and Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley. If you ever had a problem with or ever did anything wrong to Katt Williams, you were likely brought up on Club Shay Shay for that episode. And Dave Chappelle, who Katt Williams has defended, who Katt Williams has only had good things to say about, Dave Chappelle had a grievance. He had a grievance, and one that I honestly understand. Let's get to it.
All you comedian niggas have to admit I did it. And I don't know where Katt is, but that nigga is waiting for all of us.
And Rec TV.
It's hilarious.
Katt is gonna kill us all. Oh my God. I love everybody, but I love Katt Williams more than I love a lot of people. And that nigga is wild.
And Rec TV.
All right. I'm at war with the Illuminati too. But what part of the war is ethering Cedric the Entertainer? I'm going to dismantle the Illuminati, but I'm going to stop with Cedric the Entertainer.
And Rec TV.
Listen, that's hilarious. This is my thing, right? Listen, black folks, we've been talking about the Illuminati thing since I was like in my late teens. Like, honestly, before that, it was floating around because Tupac had Kill Illuminati, which people always mistake for Tupac saying that he's going to kill the Illuminati. What Tupac was saying is kill Illuminati, kill all of that. I don't believe in none of that because you saying the Illuminati did this, that, and the third. Well, motherfucker, who told you? He's on an interview saying that. This is what Tupac is saying. Everybody's all the hood conspiracy theories are misconstrued what that man was saying, and saying, you know, that Illuminati was because Tupac was trying to kill the Illuminati. No, Tupac was like, kill Illuminati. We killing all of that because who the hell told the average nigga in the hood about the Illuminati? You think the wino on the street corner was up in them boardroom? Well, look, Franklin off of Snowfall, brilliant show. I suggest everybody watch that. Don't be consumed by it, but watch it for your entertainment because that's a brilliantly written show. Franklin going from the heights of society, well, the heights of the criminal underworld, all the way to the lowest of lows in the society, ended up being homeless. So who told y'all about the Illuminati and all of this? So that's what Tupac was talking about. But here Dave is like, you want to go after the Illuminati and you start with Cedric the Entertainer. It's crazy.
Cedric's a good dude. He's old, he's fat. Leave this nigga alone.
And Wreck TV.
Steve Harvey doesn't even do this anymore. Hey, lady, you tweet. Don't tell anybody what I'm saying. This bitch like she tweeting LA Times.
All right, that's hilarious. You said she looked like she tweeting the LA Times.
Don't tell anybody what I'm saying. This bitch like she tweeting LA Times. Katt Williams' beef is hot. Don't do that. Don't do that. Everybody put your phones down. Let's just have a good time. You said what? No, D-Ray. You know why? Because Marlon Wayans called me and told me you said what Katt did was good for comedy. No, it's not.
And Wreck
Nigga,
TV.
I'm 50. No, it's not. No, because he did that shit.
That D-Ray, you got to let the D-Ray, I understand it's your show, but you got to pause. D-Ray, you got to pause and let certain stuff rock and then talk with your mans after the show. This is not a public conversation that you want to have.
Life, regardless of what motherfucker, he shot a lot of life on comedy when shit was born. Motherfuckers out here bored, and the motherfucker he made it basketball again. It's competitive. Yeah. You want 2000?
No, shut up, nigga, because you know why I disagree? Because I put a special out the same day, and it was fine.
He put out the special the same day, and it was fine. That's crazy.
And this nigga.
Yeah, but this is the thing, Dave. You can't say, like, it's always Jordan that's going to be like, look, I scored 80 points in the game. I understand. I understand it. But you can't be like, yo, it's always the dude on top that's just always, and he's got a right to do it because he came from the bottom. Like he got stories on top of stories on top of stories. So he got a right to do it. He got a right to do it. And you know what I'm saying, everybody's feet's covered with mud from the gutter. So you know what I'm saying, in order to get to those heights, it takes certain principles that you learned at a low level when you were at a low level in order to evolve into what you become. But Dave, you're that guy. You're the guy. You're the guy. It doesn't matter who Kevin Hart is or what Kevin Hart, you know what I'm saying, when Kevin Hart comes out with another terrible airplane movie, it doesn't, Kevin Hart needs to stay away from every script that's got the word plane in it. I'm telling you, that whole movie, I was bored. That new movie, Lift, I was bored out of my mind. I didn't even watch the whole movie. I cut it off. I'm always strongly considering canceling my Netflix subscription because I know what, you know, an additional $15 can do in the stock market every month. So on top of my regular recurring investments. But let's get back to this. But that's a hilarious exchange, because Dave Chappelle can't feel the perspective. He's come from the bottom and reached the highest of heights. I'm not going to say that disconnects him from this conversation a little bit, but I will say he has a unique perspective that most people can't tap into. So, let's go.
You know why I disagree? Because I put a special out the same day, and it was fine.
Yeah, but you're Dave. That's what I'm saying. You're Dave Chappelle. Whenever someone sees the name Dave Chappelle, oh, we clicking. Whenever someone sees the name Dave Chappelle on anything, and salute to you and your career and all your success, Dave. But that's exactly why. When anybody sees the name Dave Chappelle, we're clicking on anything. And that's the reason why, because you've worked yourself into that unique position. Just like when we see the name Katt Williams, he's worked himself into that unique position. D-Ray Davis is a toss-up. Be honest. I'm going to be honest. Compared to those two names that I just said, D-Ray Davis is a toss-up. Do I have time out of my day to see D-Ray Davis? Am I in the mood for his style of comedy? These are questions I have to ask myself. I never asked myself those two questions with Katt Williams and Dave Chappelle. Who else? Who else is it that I find funny? Or Earthquake. Earthquake caught a stray. Katt said the man couldn't read. I'm like, how is he on the radio and can't read? Me and my homeboy Cam, which we had the Fall Through program on one of my other channels. A lot of my new folks, y'all ain't privy to that, but we gonna be bringing that show back as soon as we can get my schedule together, because that's really what it's taken on everything. We had Fall Through, and we used to crack up to Earthquake show every 5 p.m. on XM radio. That was our shit. That was our shit on the ride home from work and all of that. Back when I was working on days. But let's go.
And this thing hadn't come out. I read 3,000 books by the time I was 7 years old.
Dave's Katt Williams impersonation, even though it's not good as Jay Farrell might do it, or who's another one? Godfrey was great with the impersonations. Dave Chappelle's voice is hilarious because it sounds like how he hears Katt Williams talk. It's hilarious.
And this thing hadn't come out. I read 3,000 books by the time I was 7 years old. What the fuck are you talking about? We talented money.
I read 3. He might have. Listen, Dave.
Where's the money in that? Where is the money in that?
He dropped the album, he put out a mixtape.
Yeah. And Rec TV.
Nigga, that sounds ridiculous.
No, I sounded.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
You have to pause about it so I know I was smart.
No. No, say it again. All right. He said, D-Ray, I will check. Yes. I put out an album and he put out a mixtape.
Yeah, your shit pop. You put out a mixtape.
Can I get another Casamigos? It's fun being drunk, isn't it, Dion?
It's fun being drunk. He's spilling all of that on stage. Crazy.
This album mixtape shit you talking about. And I've been doing comedy for almost 40 years. And I'm only 50 years old. And let me tell you something. I go to niggas.
He said, I've been doing comedy for 40 years. And I'm almost 50 years old.
I go to niggas' baby christenings. I go to their weddings. I've gone to niggas' funerals. And we're part of the game. It's this. He only eats the niggas. He didn't say anything about any of these white boys. And none of these white boys function like that. And Katt is one of the best painters in the game. So why are you drawing all ugly pictures of us?
And see, this is the philosophy. This is the philosophy, and this is where I think black people often find themselves. Black people often find themselves at a catch-22 when they have a grievance with other black people. Now, note, Dave said, why are you only? So I don't think Dave is saying don't hold the black men accountable that you have a grievance with. Don't not hold them accountable. You know what I'm saying? But there's more to the story, and you could have gone further. However, everybody, I think Dave is forgetting that he also brought up Harvey Weinstein's name as well.
Hey, yo, did he say anything about me?
And Rec TV.
Yes, he did. And what did he say?
Nothing bad.
That he loves me and I'm awesome. And you want to know why he said that? Because I've been nothing ever but kind to this nigga. And you can only say the same, and you can only say the same. I've never, ever hurt any of you. And all these niggas have taken shots at me because it hurts to be big and can't and hurt people, but I'm a hurt person.
Oh, Butterfly Jones, what's happening? You ain't get the notification? Dang, salute. Dang, you ain't get the I think something's going on weird with YouTube, yo. I'm gonna be honest. I think someone's gonna look. I'm gonna start posting the shows up in let me go ahead and do that right the hell now while we talking. I'm gonna post the shows on my IG. It's Word Up Podcast, just like here. So you can find it. Word Up Podcast. See, it doesn't show me in the office, so I'm gonna have to go to the first app. Word Up Podcast on IG. Go ahead, find it on IG. Add me on IG, and I will make sure you get a notification. Sir. But if you catch, you know what I'm saying? If you catch it after the fact, it's all good too. But yeah, Butterfly Jones, that's crazy. I think that's what's been going on with IG, because when I was on Raw B's channel, I'd tell her, I still don't get Raw B's notifications. And I know I set the bell to all. So it's got to be something going on with YouTube right now. YouTube's losing a lot of their, They're losing a lot of their members. They're like the senior most people that have built up the platform, essentially. They're losing a lot of those. Like I know Philip DeFranco is thinking about moving out of YouTube. He's considering it. The game theory guy, I don't know if y'all keep up with the game theorists, film theorists. He's phasing himself. They're still gonna make the content, but you know, the man dedicated a good portion of his life to YouTube. And he's like, I just want to live. And I feel him. On that. We all need to have our space to a certain extent. Hold on, let me it's on this one. See, that's how I am with IG. That's how bad I am with IG. I don't know. Let me post this up in here. I don't know. I'm not familiar enough with IG. I haven't cared. I've been tending to my Facebook because I got a lot more followers on Facebook. But anyway, let's get to it. So glad that you're here, Butterfly. As always, salute to you, salute to you. Let's go, Dave Chappelle.
Never hurt people, and he does it all the time. Fuck this one, and fuck that one, and fuck this one. But nigga, I didn't hear anything that you did wrong.
See, he's drunk. He's drunk. You can't let him, yeah. Now, D-Ray realizes it went too far, so he's probably going to do the right thing here. Let's see.
He didn't do nothing wrong. Katt didn't do nothing wrong.
MREC TV.
I'm going to bring a picture of a black guy. Katt did this to me.
What you just did was someone called you, which I'm not going to say the name you said who called you because I don't got to do that. You already said the name of the
MREC TV.
You said somebody called you and said that D-Ray said it was good for the culture. That's all they gave.
Oh, Marlon said.
Right, Marlon. So that's the only
Yo, nigga, he's not the only one. Fat Joe, all these things coming
MREC
at yo.
TV.
Katt is killing it. No, he's not. I am 50 years old. I am not beefing with you niggas. Ever. And if you guys want to play the game like that, then set them up. Let's play, nigga. But I don't. But if you come at me, let's go. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yo, D-Ray.
So all we can go.
I don't understand it. They shouldn't. Yeah, D-Ray stood on business, but at some point you got to take the mic from the guy. You got to take the mic from your man's, because D-Ray invited Dave to this, so you got to take your mic. You got to take the mic from your man so that you can. I don't know, man. Like, you just don't let this continue and keep going. You don't let this keep going. I don't believe. Like I said, D-Ray did stand on business, but at some point you got to cut it off. You got to cut it off, man. You can't have your homie out here drunk saying whatever, and you know that he's probably going. I know for a fact that Dave probably is more than likely going to feel different or felt different about it the next day. Because that's not, when have we seen Dave move like this except, you know what I'm saying, airing out Netflix for putting his shows on, because Comedy Central, is it Comedy Central that owned it, or was it Viacom that owned the, either way. You know what I'm saying? Dave stood on business when it came to his rights. We don't know what the full gravity of the situation is here with Katt Williams. We don't know what Katt Williams has done to people. Kevin Hart said that Katt was on drugs. We have no evidence of that being true outside of weed, because he loves weed as much as I do myself. But I partake in it. Matter of fact, as soon as we're done. But I don't know, yo. I don't know. We don't know what Katt did to have Dave Chappelle act this way, especially about black people. And we know how hard Dave Chappelle goes for his black people and how hard he stands up for black people. So let's see. Let's see where this goes. I'm curious.
Let me tell you something about this nigga. I sat right there. I sat right. Wait. D-Ray, I sat right there and I watched you do a set. And it was brilliant. And I'll tell you exactly what I thought was brilliant about it. And look at these bitches leaving at the coat. I didn't go somewhere and be ranch. Good night, bitch. Listen. No. I sat there, I watched.
Okay, so there's a man that just said he doesn't hurt people, but then women got up and leave and he roasted the shit out of them. Those women got up and said, I said, I want to go somewhere and be ratchet. Good night, bitch. Come on, Dave. Come on. I've never heard people. The moment someone leaves your show. Good night, bitch. Don't let the doorknob hit you on the way out, ho. We must have some consistency. That was hilarious, though. That was hilarious. All right.
I should do a set. It was brilliant. Listen, brilliant. Every joke you told was tragic. It's personal. This nigga did a joke about waiting for his father to come see him and looking out the window in anticipation. Niggas was falling out of their chair. Everything he said was painful, and he made everyone laugh. I saw you do that. You didn't say anything about anybody. Said it to this, Katt was talking about shit that niggas did to other niggas, but not about anything that niggas did to him. If I told my story, it would break your heart. Your heart. If I told my story, it would break your heart. I lost everything and never, ever told on anybody. And this nigga is the arbiter of truth. Katt, listen, I fuck with Katt hard.
MREC TV.
Wait, D-Ray, just tell me, what part of the game fucks up another nigga's paper?
MREC
What part
TV.
of the game is about tilling on another nigga? Tiffany Haddish is...
You see how your boy in the green beanie started to shake his head? It's like, damn. What part of the game is about fucking up another nigga's paper? And Dave has had his personal experience with this from when he was a child and he got scammed in 3-card Monte. You know what I'm saying? Don't come between a man and his meal. Don't come between another man and his meal. Those were the words. You never come between a man and his meal. I don't care how he getting it. But, if you're getting it off of my back, and this is why there's a conflict between the ideal and what's real. The ideal, Dave Chappelle's philosophy. What part of the game is coming between a man and his meal? What part of the game is messing up a man's paper, the way that he can possibly take care of his family? It's the ideal. What's real? It's dog eat dog, and these people are trying to get their money off of my back and my hard work and essentially trying to rob me. Katt's philosophy. No, I got to make an example, and I got to set this right, because these people who are trying to throw dirt on my name and make a name for themselves in doing so, and stealing their jokes, stealing my jokes, and stealing a joke that I did. And just like we saw with 50 Cent, why would we, oh, good afternoon, Sir Bracy. What's going on? Salute to the SBG. Good to have you with us. But from the environment that 50 comes from, when we review 50 and Tierra Marie, the environment that 50 comes from, if one person is allowed to play with you, then everybody is. If one person is allowed to get away with it, then everybody can get away with it. You know what I'm saying? So if legal action was brought against 50 from Tierra Marie wanted to sue 50 for revenge porn, but Lisa Bloom didn't have the brilliant strategy of suing other people so that it wouldn't just look like a scorned lover going after 50. Because the only person you went after was 50, but none of the other blogs. Now everybody could come after 50 for whatever reason, whatever petty reason they feel like, and try him for whatever reason. So he had to make an example. Katt Williams was on Shannon Sharp making examples out of people. When Katt Williams had that back and forth with that radio host, Wanda, he was making an example. She started with him, and he made an example out of her. So that you motherfuckers better not try me. Why are we mad at this? But the ideal is, don't come between another man and his paper. That's Dave Chappelle's philosophy in this clip, in this moment. Katt Williams is, yo, they started with me. And once you start with somebody, contrary to popular belief, break this down. Contrary to popular belief or popular opinion, when you start some shit with somebody, you can't tell them how far to go. Once you start with them, you are no longer in control of the situation as to how far this is going to go. This is why I like the old sayings and the old phrases that we just, for some reason, have just fallen out of the lexicon. For some reason, these old phrases that I used to grow up on, that used to shape who we were as young men going into manhood, full manhood. It's like, don't start none, won't be none. What I really miss is that we used to tell people all the time, get real, and we stopped doing that for some reason. I don't know why that fell off. We need to bring back get real. Anytime somebody, word. Exactly, Sharon, exactly. You plug me, I'll slap you. Shit, I might punch you. Depending on what I'm going through in that moment. You might catch me on an off moment where it's a bunch of aggression pent up because of something happened. You never know what people are going through at any point in time. And that little flick behind the ear, that little, was just the thing that I needed to get some aggression off. The IRS came at me for this is hypothetical because I don't want no problems. But the IRS came at me with a $10,000 bill. I got medical bills through the roof. My credit score is like 35. Not 350, 35. Okay. I just got an eviction. It's my third one. I don't know why they took a chance on me and it failed. I got nobody I could turn to. I'm gonna have to get it. I'm gonna have to get it out the in-town suites. I'm gonna have to get it out the in-town suites. I'm gonna have to go to the in-town suites and figure some things out. I'm gonna have to go to the extended stays. Y'all know people living that life. We all know people living that life. I gotta figure some stuff out in the extended stay. Rent was like $800 a month. The extended stay is like $300 a week. The math ain't mathing. And that's the bad extended stay. The decent extended stay is like $600 a week. I could have just stayed at the apartment. If I would act right in my apartment, I would have stayed at the apartment for $800 to $1,200 a month. Because I want to show out and shit and not handle my business. Now I got to get it out the extended stay for $600 a week. I'm up at the extended stay. I had a whole stove and oven, and now I got to get it off the hot plate. Man, so I hear what Dave is saying. Dave is like, you don't come between a man and his paper. But that man should have thought about that before he tried me. That's it. So what's ideal? Everybody getting along harmoniously. We all get this money together. We all have enough. There's abundance for everybody. What's real? Don't start none, won't be none, nigga. Don't start none, won't be none. So the moment that, you know what I'm saying, jokes were being stolen, The moment that jokes were being stolen, the moment that, you know, people were saying this and that and throwing dirt on my name to the extent that it was so egregious that I had to say something, and they were doing it on prominent platforms with influential people that are notable and credible and have the career to back up their platform, then yeah, I'm gonna have to come see you about that. Because you could say this on Vlad TV, which the culture doesn't really take seriously. Like, the culture sees Vlad TV, and I wish black people would just be like, you know, remember when we used to boycott? I want to break this. I want to articulate this. If y'all don't take nothing else from this show, I want to articulate this. Back in the day, black people used to boycott transportation that they needed to go back to and fro, from home to work or run errands. Black people en masse boycotted bus lines and bus systems and transportation. Now black people have a hard time boycotting Vlad TV, who offers no tangible benefit to the communities in which we live. I just want y'all to let that dynamic marinate. We used to boycott bus systems and transportation and stores and things that we believe were racist against us and didn't serve us at the same capacity as it served other members of America. But now we have a hard time turning off Vlad TV. We get right up under the comments section, boosting the engagement, boosting the impressions, boosting the analytics, taking time, energy, and effort out of our day to comment in the comment sections, to let them know our disgust, when what we could really just do is block his channel entirely and move on. Yeah, that was it. That was it for me too, Sharon. That was it for me. The Minister Farrakhan. The Minister Farrakhan shit was it for me. That was the last straw. You heard me? That was the last straw. It's like, if you don't want certain things, I say it all the time, you know, whenever y'all catch me out on whatever platform I'm on, I say, you'll likely hear me say this once or twice on platforms. But now it's even gone further, because it's not just money, but currency in general. People when the election cycles come around, they're like, oh, you should vote for this or you should vote for that. The truth of the matter is that we vote all year. We vote every single day. We vote every single day. We vote every single day. Sharon, you're a vegan. Don't come after Sharon for being a vegan, all right? I eat mostly vegetables and fruit, but my girl's birthday was the past 19th of January. And she didn't want to go nowhere, so I made surf and turf teriyaki. I might post it on my IG later. Surf and turf teriyaki, you know what I'm saying, roast out of pineapple bowls. I made surf and turf teriyaki pineapple bowls. We had shrimp, we had steak, we had lobster in that thing. You know what I'm saying, marinated the steak. This is disgusting to Sharon. This is absolutely disgusting just around this conversation I'm having right now. But most days I'm having salad, I'm having fruits, I'm having veggies, you know what I'm saying? I make the meat thing occasional. But, you know what I'm saying? Sharon's a vegan. He's not trying to support the dairy industry. He's not trying to support the, you know what I'm saying? He's not trying to support the meat industry. His philosophy is that he wants raw food that's electric because it's still living. It's living food. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I'm over on his show, you can see him snack on cucumbers and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? He wants the electric food, the food that's still living, and he's a proponent of that. Why does he care about the dairy industry? He does not. You know what I'm saying? He's pro food. I mean, he's pro electric food. He's pro raw vegetables. He's pro fruits. You know what I'm saying? Things that add substantial benefits to the human body. And so he votes that every time he goes to his grocery store, or his lovely wife goes to the grocery store, makes the purchases, does the shopping. Hey, babe, I need this, this, and this. We not doing any meat. Cool. So none of his dollars supports the meat campaign. Understand what I'm saying? Same thing with attention. With attention, we give Vlad attention. And so you're voting with your attention, you're voting, keeping that platform alive. If you really don't want things to thrive, then stop entertaining them. And they'll fall off. If everybody stopped entertaining Vlad TV en masse, he doesn't have a business at that point. But it's not, we don't watch Vlad for Vlad. We watch Vlad for the people he brings on to see what they say. You know what I'm saying? He just says some things in his commentary when he has the conversation with his people that we find egregious. Like the Minister Farrakhan comment that he made, which y'all can go to his channel. I ain't going to pull it up. But this is the conflict between the ideal and the real. The conflict between the ideal and the real with Dave Chappelle. We can all get this money together. But what's real is as human beings, we're flawed individuals that are often on different things, have different philosophies about ourselves, been through different experiences. And as a consequence, we're going to push back on each other in ways that's going to make each other uncomfortable. Some people are going to get emotional about that discomfort. Some people are going to lean into the discomfort to have the greater conversation so that we can have the insight and information of what people are actually going through and how we can navigate these spaces. Ah, Sharon, say it ain't so, bro. Say it ain't so. Why are you... And see, this is what we're talking about when we're talking about people slandering people's names. Butterfly Jones, I'm going to need you to cut it out. Not pig feet. Not the feet that's in the water of the pig. Like in the, That was never appealing to me growing up. I saw buku. All the ratchet girls in high school used to eat pickled pig feet. I'm like, ugh. Out of all the parts of the pig feet. Listen, I used to be a proponent of bacon when I was growing up. Every burger I had, I was a fat kid. Every burger I had needed to have some bacon on it, needed to have double the cheese. You understand me? But pickled pig feet was gross. I'm not even. I'm sorry. Pickled pig, you couldn't get me to even touch the bag of pickled pig feet. You couldn't get me to touch the bag. I didn't even feel comfortable looking at it that long. You understand what I'm saying? Pig feet and pig lips. They used I don't know if they did it other places, but back home in Louisiana, in New Orleans, they used to sell pickled pig lips, hot pickled pig lips. Hot pig lips. No pork on your fork at all? Okay, I feel you. I feel it. I feel it. Hey, that's you. All I know is bacon is delicious. I've cut it back pretty much all the ways. I haven't had a piece of bacon in forever. But, you know what I'm saying, what I do remember of bacon. Like the last piece of bacon I ever had was actually turkey bacon. And then I just cut it back because it was just like, it felt like a gateway drug to the real thing. You understand? It's like when you go to rehab and they give you the fake drugs to take you off of heroin. That's what turkey bacon was to me. It felt like. All right, let's get back to the video, man. But this is the philosophy. Oh, you do with etouffee in New Orleans? Oh man, I make etouffee butterfly. I make etouffee for my family up here past 2 years. I didn't beforehand because people go crazy over New Orleans cuisine. And of course, the first time I make it, it has now become a standard. I actually made it for Christmas, and they expected it this year on Thanksgiving. And all the kids in my family, they were like disappointed. They was looking at me sideways like, this nigga ain't making etouffee. Like, nigga, who the fuck is you to not make an etouffee? Like, it got different. But back to the show, man. Back to the show. All right, I'm having too much fun with this. Let's see. Let's get to it. So we got the philosophies. We got the philosophies. Ew, Ohio etouffee. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Ohio etouffee sounds gross. But we got the philosophies, right? We got the two philosophies of these two great comedic writers, these legendary acts. Dave Chappelle and Katt Williams. Dave is like, how you gonna mess up another man's paper?
Lifting something heavy.
Matter of fact, let me take it back.
Truth. Katt, listen, I fuck with Katt hard.
And wreck TV.
Wait, D-Ray, just tell me what part of the game fucks up another nigga's paper?
And wreck
What part
TV.
of the game is about tilling on another nigga? Tiffany Haddish is lifting something heavy, and as clumsy as she is, I don't disagree with Katt. He be telling the real shit.
And
Hey,
wreck
this one's fucked up this
TV.
way, and that one's fucked up this way. Yes, nigga, that is true. But why would you say that? Because all of us are trying to be in a better situation. Can we get over it? Open the window. Open the window. This room stinks.
I want to be as respectful as possible, so I'm telling you this. So when someone called you, they said D-Ray said it was good for the culture, but they tell you why D-Ray said it was good for the culture. It wasn't because I also said that what Katt said was he said a lot of personal stuff that has nothing to do with comedy, but the funny shit is funny. It's funny that nigga said.
Oh no, it was funny. I'm not saying. No, wait a minute. I'm not saying it wasn't funny. What did I say? I said a master chef cook beef franks.
Okay.
I stand by.
That's a good analogy. He said a master chef cooked beef franks. So you know what I'm saying? You are a master hot dog. You know, well, you're not a master hot dog. You are a Michelin you're a 5-star Michelin chef, and you throw hot dogs on the grill. Okay, Dave. I feel you.
Me and you have another conversation later about all the bulk of what you said, but I'm gonna break down what you asked me why you did shit and your ability to do shit.
No.
Wait.
No, you know exactly. Stop. Stop with the semantics.
It's only fair.
Okay.
You said.
Tell your paragraph, and I'll ignorant in a sentence.
You said. All right.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can I take your my story?
All I'm saying is that, right, the things you did, the way that you move, you know not to never do that to somebody because of the way you were raised, because how you come from, because you have 40 years in. You said longer than anybody's been doing comedy. You said standards, so your way of moving is different. So Katt's way of moving, the way he came in, the way you came in is different. So I'm not making excuse for him because I don't think everything was right. I'm just saying, Dave, though, you're a superhero. And when you're a superhero, you can't move the same way.
See, this is the superhero, and this is the thing. This is a problem I have, and this is why it's making me squirm in my chair as we talking, as we having this conversation. I hate, throughout the course of my existence, I hate the instances in which I was the bigger man, the quote unquote bigger man. You know, the man that they tell you to be the bigger man, walk away, just let them get the shit off and go on, ignore them. That bullshit that your mother tells you in high school when you got people picking on you and fucking with you for absolutely no reason other than the fact that you are you. And they tell you, ignore them. It'll go away. They'll get bored. I'm like, ma'am, I go to school with niggas. One thing niggas do not do is get bored. That is one thing. I'm keeping it. Listen, you want the ideal Omni or you want the real Omni? You're going to have to pick one. Listen, I went to school with niggas, and niggas don't get bored. You got something to do. I'm saying this to any young black man out there, any young boy in particular. You got someone on your back, you got to get them off. If someone does you wrong, you can't run to anybody. You got to handle it yourself. You have to handle it yourself because that is what's respected and that's what actually stops them from doing it. People do what they feel they can get away with. So the longer you allow it, the longer it shall continue. The longer you go without addressing it, the more someone is inclined to do something with it. That makes sense. So you better check that before you find yourself in an environment where it's all you can do. Because people will go crazy, find themselves in jail or prison, and then now you're in an environment that's how you have to handle situations. That's the only recourse. You can't sue anybody like 50 Cent did with Tia Marie. You know what I'm saying? Exposing the fact that she's not able to pay. That's why she didn't show up to court. It had nothing to do with her not respecting the lawsuit. She knew the consequences. Everybody knows the consequences, or at least if you're an adult person, a human being with a working mind, you should know that the consequence of not showing up to a court date where you have been summoned by the court is something called a bench warrant, which means they can arrest you just out on the street. They just pick you up whenever they feel like because you didn't make a court date. But some people's pride is too much. Some people's pride is greater than who they are. A lot of people's egos are greater than who they actually are. When your ego is bigger than you, it's when you run into problems. It's when you run into problems. It's when you have issues. It's when you have situations. You go through scenarios. You know what I find interesting about GPS? The most interesting feature of GPS is not that it takes you to exactly where you want to go. It's that it has to first figure out where you are in order to take you where it wants to go. It has to pinpoint your location in order to get you to your destination. I say that to say, maybe if you stop telling people that you're not somewhere, or stop telling people that you're somewhere that you're not, you might actually be able to get to where you want to go. Just like a GPS. If the GPS doesn't have your location, it can't hope to direct you to where you want to go. Just a thought. Let's get back to the video.
If you're a superhero, the way you are, you can't just flex.
We are always.
These commercials. I'm on the other account. My apologies. I did actually pay for YouTube Premium. I'm not going to switch because we're too deep into this video. But actually, let me see if I can do this. So I don't want to lose my place in this video. Let me see. Can we do this? Yeah, no, we can't do that. All right. My apologies. But in the future, see, I lost my place trying to do that now. I might as well. Well, we're here. But here's the thing. This is why I hate about the superhero argument. Is that Dave is so big that he's supposed to let certain people get stuff off in the game. Like Katt Williams is so big. That's the problem with the superhero argument. If it works for Dave Chappelle, then why not Katt Williams? If Dave is supposed to let things keep going, isn't Katt supposed to do the same? It falls apart fundamentally because then everybody's just running around doing what they want to do and nobody's being held accountable. And that's why I always hated being the bigger person, because me being the bigger person had me not, check the person that actually did me wrong in the first place. I don't care for that philosophy at all. Let's go.
You move. You know not to never do that to somebody because of the way you were raised, because how you come from, because you have 40 years in. You said longer than anybody's been doing comedy. You said standard. So your way of moving is different. So Katt's way of moving, the way he came in, the way you came in is different. So I'm not making excuse for him because I don't think everything was right. I'm just saying, Dave, though, you're a superhero. And when you're a superhero, you can't move the same way.
And that's why Dave is shaking his head. It's like this superhero shit.
If you're a superhero, the way you are, you can't just flex your superpower for no reason, because you do have stories about everybody. Probably some personal stories about people. No. I hear what you're saying. What is the difference? Wait. Hear me out.
No one sat in front of Katt for real.
No one sat me down, nigga. No one sat me down. Who the fuck would sit me?
No one sat me down. Who the fuck would sit? Yeah, I believe it. And then, okay, this is the part where they promo. So I think that's the end. They might have thrown that dude out that took the video at that point. He might have, I don't know. But that's the end of that. That's the end of that video. It's like, who the fuck is gonna sit me down? I hear where Dave is going with it. No one sat him down. Who the fuck's gonna sit you down in these scenarios, in these situations that we go through? I don't know. I don't have the answer to these questions, but what I do know is that when the ideal comes into conflict with what's real, I think real must win at all times. You can't tell somebody how to react once you did something to them. And Katt has a grievance for everybody on the list, except for Earthquake. I think Earthquake was egregious. Well, when he said Earthquake couldn't read, I don't know if there was something that Earthquake did to him. That was the only one that seemed out of place. But the Ricky Smiley, the Cedric the Entertainer, the Steve Harvey, of course, and the Faison Love, those are people that started it with Katt. Those men had his, well, Cedric took the, what was it? Cedric took the joke. Steve Harvey battled Katt and lost, and that was the last time he was ever seen doing stand-up comedy. Trying to go head to head with Katt for the crown. Faison Love is always talking about people. Faison Love is talking about Jay-Z, talking about Eminem, talking about Faison Love needs to shut the fuck up, I'll be honest with you. And then Ricky Smiley talking about, I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what. Would you have believed Money Mike been Ricky Smiley? I don't think Ricky Smiley would have been a convincing Money Mike. Dave and DL was joking about Earthquake not being able to read. What? I missed this. I miss this. When did that happen? See, I be grinding, man. I be between the job, my career in video engineering, and then and production, and then me trying to pivot into the tech industry. Like I said, I ain't got time. That's why y'all get these lives, and I try to make reels out of them. I'm going to make a reel out of this one, a few reels out of this one, but you know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for the editing like that. Like, I ain't got time to be that tuned in. So Dave and DL was joking about Earthquake not being able to read. When did this happen, Butterfly? Because I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that at all. And on top of me having to moderate my social media platforms, because I keep getting spammed with people that are always in my DMs trying to send me porn. You wouldn't believe some of the shit that be ending up in my DMs, yo. Y'all would not believe it. I got women in my DMs, and I got porn in my DMs. I got people trying to add me to freak groups and whatnot. It's social media has become a cesspool, I'm convinced. It started out with good intentions, and it went straight to hell. You know what they say about the road paved by good intentions and where it leads to? That's social media. They was talking about social media. Social media was paved and is a road paved in good intentions that leads straight to hell. I believe it. I believe it. It's never so, and I can't even open Twitter. Last time I opened Twitter, I had a heart attack. Not a literal one, but damn. Just as soon as you open Twitter nowadays, titties, right there. I could be at work. My supervisor's over my shoulder. It's crazy. Yeah, social media is a cesspool for real, for real. This was a minute ago? Okay. I'm gonna have to look that up. We might revisit that on the next show, or I might make an addendum to this show. Either way, folks, this is my time. I gotta get up out of here. But get with me in the comments section. Shout out to the replay gang. Get with me in the comments section. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Are you leaning towards the ideal? I think we should always strive for the ideal. But when things get real, we got to get real with them. That's what I wholeheartedly believe. That's what I wholeheartedly believe. When things get real, we got to get real with them. But we should always strive for the ideal. We should always strive for the ideal. The ideal, well, it leads us to better places in life if we constantly pursue the ideal. But we got to deal with what's real when it comes before us as well. Either way, peace, love, health, wealth to you all. Like I said, let me know what you think down in the comment section, because this is a discussion. What, Natasha? Crazy. You are a true researcher, girly, because listen, let me tell you something. I care not to understand where Pickle Pig Feet came from. I care not to know the history. I'd like to know the history of a lot of things. Pickle Pig Feet does not make the list. Sorry. Appreciate all of you all. My man Sharon Bracey for stopping by. Butterfly Jones, as always. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you guys. I appreciate y'all for sliding on me. We're going to get up out of here. I got some things to do before I go back into my physical labor. Love y'all. Peace, love, health, wealth to you all. Wary observations, righteous discussions, unite people. It's the Word Up Podcast, and I've been your host, OMNIETC, Omni, etc., and we out.